We've all had them. Those moments where you're like, what was I thinking? What the hell was I thinking? Like the time that my ex-wife was so into working out, so for Christmas I bought her nothing but like scales and videos of working out,
workout
calorie
clothes,
counters, I mean the whole thing. Every single gift. The hell was I thinking?
How many gifts in was it before she started tearing up, you said?
She literally started tearing up, man. She's probably about 5 in. And my intent was like, hey, this is what you're doing, so I'm just going to get you everything here. And it just, to her, screamed, hey, you're fat, and here's a couple of different things that you could use to get you skinnier.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you dropped the ball on that one.
What was I thinking? Okay.
Yeah, a medicine ball at that.
Right. So in this email here, man, this dude's going to look back and go, what? And not even that long. What was he thinking? It was supposed to be a proposal. It was supposed to be beautiful. And he done messed it up. Mo's got the email.
I really screwed up.
3 of them.
And I don't know how to fix it. I proposed to my girlfriend, but how I did it really ruined any chance of her saying yes, and I realized how incredibly dumb it was. I can only blame my stupidity on being nervous and excited all at the same time. My girlfriend was out shopping for an event she has coming up. I know she would be out all day, which was a perfect way to have her distracted and surprise her with the entire family at our house, so they could all be there when I proposed to her. Her brother was also in town, and so it had to be that specific day in order for her entire family to be there. Brother also had to catch a flight that night, and so the timing was very specific. I had everyone at the house and everything was ready to go. Then I got a text from her saying that she decided to meet up with some friends from work and would be home later. I didn't know what to do, but I needed her to come home ASAP, or else it would be too late and her family wouldn't be there. So I wasn't thinking well on my feet, and I came up with a really awful lie. At the time, I didn't realize how bad it was. All I knew was that she was coming home right away, and I needed to be prepared to surprise her. But the lie I told her was that her dog seemed to be sick and wasn't breathing well.
That's what he came up with on the spot?
Yeah. So she must be, of course you're going to be freaked out by that. And of course you're going to come home as quickly as you can, right?
And you're going to be just like a mess.
A mess when you walk in that door. You're stressed.
Crying.
Yeah, that's not it.
Anxious, driving as fast as you can to get over there. The adrenaline is pumping. Of course.
Of course. She panicked and raced home to figure out if her dog was okay or needed to go to the vet. As soon as she walked in, everyone yelled, "Surprise!" She was definitely surprised. I got down on one knee and proposed.
You're right, dude. What were you thinking, man? What were you thinking? Because now she's got you're asking her to do the impossible. Totally shift emotional gears right now.
I mean, pull a 180.
Yeah.
Like, I get he panicked and he wanted her there for her entire family to witness a proposal. It's very sweet, like the lengths he went to. But for her to walk in the door and go try to jump from one emotion to the next.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Nope. She didn't even answer with a yes or a no. She was just confused and raced to the dog to make sure she was okay. When she realized I had lied, she was furious. Her family didn't understand why she was upset. I hadn't told them that I needed to lie about her dog to get her to come home.
So he didn't run this idea behind anybody in his panic. He's like, what do I say? What do I say? Instead of doing that, he just thinks of the first thing that knows that'll get her home.
Another awful idea.
Yeah.
Things just got awkward and everyone thought I was an idiot. Everyone ended up leaving and she was so angry at me. Then I was angry at her for not realizing I intended no harm, that she still hadn't said yes. Well, now it's several days later and there still has been no yes. And we still both seem upset about what happened. So I'd like to know how you think I can fix this.
There is nothing you can do except apologize over and over and over again and let time take over. There is nothing. I mean, he's got to go in there and just completely fall on the sword and go, that was the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I made the absolute wrong decision.
So I have dogs, and I love them. They are part of the family. And yeah, I've had dogs that have passed away and dogs that have been sick. So I understand that panic. Yes, it was a bonehead move for him to use the dog as the reason to get her home. But he panicked. And even stepping back and like a day later, I feel like she's overreacting.
Really?
I do, because especially with the fact that her brother was out, like he went through all these great lengths. I don't feel like she's seeing the whole picture. I feel like she has blinders on, right? And this is me not excusing, like it was a dumb move, but he panicked and he was trying to get her there so he could have this, proposal in front of her family. So I feel like now, if you like take a step back and you see what his intention, yes, it's intent versus impact. His intention is different than the impact it had, for sure. But if you see the big picture, the dog is fine, and your family was there to witness this. He really tried to go above and beyond. He made a mistake. I feel at this point, you have to forgive him.
I don't have a dog and I don't have kids, but I've always heard dog owners say my dogs are like my kids.
They are.
So I'm looking at this like if you were to tell someone that their kid wasn't breathing.
Oh, like our kid is choking.
He didn't say the kid wasn't breathing or the dog wasn't breathing. He said the dog wasn't breathing well.
Okay, so if Bart calls you and says that Jimmy, your son, he's not breathing well,
Yes.
all right, does it really change the argument that much?
A little bit.
He's a shade of blue I haven't seen before.
Okay. All right.
I would think you'd be pretty mad for a little while.
Okay,
Right.
we're talking it out here. I still feel I still feel that she's being really hard on him.
Yeah, Crystal here is going to agree with you that she might be overreacting a little bit. Hey, Crystal.
Hey, how are y'all?
Great, thank you.
So I agree. I do think that she is overreacting. I think it was okay to take a minute to be upset
Yes.
and to say, okay, the dog is fine. I can get past that. But he did go through a great deal of trouble and, to do this for her.
He did.
And I think she just needs to kind of just be like, okay, you know what? I'm sorry I overreacted too.
Yeah, at some point or another, she's going to come down off of this thing, unless it's so personal for her now. Like, how can a guy be that stupid? Do I really want to marry somebody that stupid? Like it's a game changer.
The Bert Show.
Like what you just watched, you can get more of The Bert Show on your favorite podcast platform. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you can find us. I don't know what any of these buttons do, by the way.